I just had to let you know you're.
The relationship between employees and their employees in terms of compensation for extend beyond basic salary and wage regime. Compensation is defined as all form of financial return, tangible benefit, and service an employee receives from an employer in exchange for their labor, time, and skill. Statutory benefits is defined as mandatory and legally required employee benefit that an employer must provide by law. Compensation of their work also includes statutory or mandatory benefits, which are benefits that employers are legally obligated to provide to their employees. This benefit cannot be withheld or negotiated, as statutory benefits are considered employer right that will result in legal punishment should an employer not decide to give statutory benefit of their employees. All these statutory benefits are mandated by law to ensure that employees are protected and cared for under the law. This ensures that all public sector as a whole remain healthy as the needs of all the employees are met.
The first example is employment provident funds. This is where employers and employees must pay a percentage amount based on employees' salaries uh, into a saving account managed by KWSP. This is to ensure that after retirement, they will still have money to continue their life and ensures that they won't go broke. And the second example is Social Security Organization or SOSCO, uh, which is to protect only the employees during workplace accidents, occupational diseases, disabilities, and death, which is to ensure the safety of the employees while working by giving them medical cares or financial compensations if anything that's happened to them. Final example is annual leave. It is a paid leave for the employees and it is entitled to each year's under Employment Act 1955. This is where employees are given a certain amount of day off for them to rest, spend time with families, or go on a vacations. This is to ensure that their mental health or physical health are in good conditions and to ensure that they maintain a work-life balance.
So here are the importance of mandatory benefits in public organization. First of all, mandatory benefits are not only essential for protecting employees but also for improving the effectiveness and success of public sector organization. This is because a well-protected and motivated workforce can contribute to a better public services, higher productivity, and long-term organizational development. Next, mandatory benefit also contributes to organizational efficiency and social responsibility. This is because when employees receive healthcare, retirement plan, and paid leave, they are generally healthier, less stressed, and more productive at work. This benefit also demonstrates that the government values its workers and promotes equal treatment among employees. For example, in many public hospitals, nurses and doctors are entitled to maternity leave, annual leave, and employment injury protection. Therefore, these benefits can support the employees during important life events and emergency, allowing them to focus on delivering public service to the public.
Next, let's look at the key challenges of implementing mandatory benefits. Financial burden. First, providing these benefits heavily strains public finances during economic downturns. It can lead to self budget deficits and cutbacks in other essential public services. administrative complexity. Second, managing benefits across multiple departments is incredibly time-consuming and error-prone, which leads to confusion and communication gaps among staff. Employee misuse. Third, exploitation of sick leave and medical claims disrupts productivity and unfairly increase the workload for other employees. Benefit inequality. 4. The massive gap between the full benefits given to permanent staff and the limited package for contract workers cause demotivation and hurt retention erosion of trust. Finally, enforcing strict discipline action to stop this abuse can backfire, damaging workplace moral and mutual trust. In short, balancing these cost rules and employee fairness is a major challenge. Let's move on to the next.
Now I will be explaining the SWOT analysis for this presentation. A SWOT analysis is an analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So for the strengths, there is universal protection. Mandatory benefits ensure all employees receive fair treatment, basic necessities, and financial security regardless of the employee's financial capacity or discretion. Secondly, economic stability. These benefits buffer employees against economic shifts and life changes, reducing financial stress that could otherwise hurt productivity and mental health. Lastly, higher employee morale. Providing guaranteed benefits like retirement savings and paid leave removes financial worries, resulting in a more satisfied, engaged, and productive workforce. Now for the weaknesses. There is budget restraints. Legally required benefit expenses strain employer budgets, which can lead to workforce layoffs, cut back on employee training, and reduce spending on critical business issues. Secondly, economic vulnerability. During economic downturns, employees may run short on funds, making mandatory benefits uh, unreliable for employees when they need them the most. And lastly, implementation red tape. Extensive paperwork, legal consulting, and long processes complicate benefit distribution, causing administrative rigidity and delays for employees trying to access their entitlements. Now I'm going to talk about opportunities. The first opportunity is policy reform and improvements. It opens doors for continuous policy updates that expand coverage and protections, keeping mandatory benefits relevant to an evolving labor market. Workforce inclusivity. It allows for a more inclusive environment by extending essential benefits and protection to vulnerable groups like women, part time workers, and fresh graduates. Stronger workplace relationships. It builds a cooperative, mutually beneficial dynamic between employers and staff, boosting productivity and creating a harmonious work environment. Now, I will talk about the final part of our SWOT analysis, which is threats. The first threat is economic volatility. Recession or inflation driven by global trade and geopolitics can trigger financial crisis, severely harming an employee's ability to fund mandatory benefits. Secondly, legal and policy instability. Political shifts or government amendments can disrupt the continuity of mandatory benefits, creating an atmosphere of operational uncertainty for both sides. Lastly, employer noncompliance. A lack of awareness of or intentional evasion by employers leave workers unprotected, requiring constant official monitoring and strict enforcement. That is all for the SWOT analysis. In conclusion to this presentation, mandatory or statutory benefits are important benefits that employers are legally required to provide to employees in order to protect their welfare, rights, and financial security. In public sector organizations, these benefits play a significant role in ensuring employees receive fair treatment and support in different aspects of their working lives. Benefits such as EPF, SOCSO, annual leave, maternity leave, and sick leave help employees feel safe, valued, and motivated while carrying out their responsibilities. Therefore, mandatory benefits are not only essential for protecting employees, but also for improving the effectiveness and success of public sector organizations. A well-protected and motivated workforce can contribute to better public services, higher productivity, and long-term organizational development. So we hope that this presentation helps you increase your knowledge about mandatory benefits and their importance in public sector organizations. We hope that after this presentation, we all can use this knowledge to contribute to public sector organizations, especially regarding topics related to mandatory benefits. Thank you for watching this presentation.
I just had to let you know you're